Power factor is a measure of how efficiently an alternating current electrical system uses power. It's the ratio of real power, measured in kilowatts, to apparent power, measured in kilovolt amperes. Real power is the actual power consumed by a load to perform useful work. Apparent power is the total power supplied to the load, encompassing both real and reactive power. Power factor ranges from 0 to 1, where 1 represents perfect efficiency. The National Electrical Code, commonly referred to as the NEC, includes tables relevant to power factor considerations in specific scenarios. One key table is NEC Table 430.252C2, which provides adjustment factors for induction motors based on their power factor. Now let's address determining the minimum size XHHW copper conductor for a 200 horsepower, 460 volts, 3-phase motor with an 80% power factor. Firstly, determine the actual power consumption of the motor in kilowatts using the formula kilowatts equals horsepower times 0.746. Secondly, calculate the apparent power in kilovolt amperes required by the motor using the formula kilovolt amperes equals kilowatts divided by power factor. Thirdly, use the adjusted power factor from NEC Table 430.252C2 to determine the multiplier for the motor branch circuit conductors. Fourthly, apply the multiplier to the current carrying capacity of the XHHW copper conductor to determine the minimum size required. Now let's delve further into understanding each of these steps. The power factor is essentially a measure of how effectively electrical power is being used. A power factor of 1 indicates that all the power supplied is being used to do useful work. A power factor less than 1 indicates that some of the power is being wasted, typically due to inductive loads like motors. Inductive loads cause the current to lag behind the voltage, creating reactive power which does not perform any useful work but still circulates in the circuit, increasing the overall apparent power. Because power factor affects the efficiency of the electrical system, it's important to consider it when sizing conductors and other electrical equipment. A lower power factor means more current is required to deliver the same amount of real power, necessitating larger conductors to prevent overheating and voltage drop. Now let's discuss the NEC, which provides guidelines and regulations for safe electrical installations. It does not explicitly mandate a specific power factor for all installations, but it does address power factor in relation to motor installations, particularly concerning conductor sizing. The NEC provides tables, such as Table 430.252C2, to help adjust conductor sizes based on the motor's power factor. This table acknowledges that motors with lower power factors draw more current, and therefore require larger conductors. The formula kilowatts equals horsepower times 0.746 converts the mechanical output power of the motor in horsepower to electrical input power in kilowatts. This conversion factor, 0.746, represents the number of kilowatts equivalent to 1 horsepower. By multiplying the motor's horsepower rating by 0.746, one obtains the amount of real power, in kilowatts, that the motor consumes to produce its rated mechanical output. This real power value is crucial for determining the overall electrical demand of the motor circuit. The formula kilovolt amperes equals kilowatts divided by power factor is used to calculate the apparent power. Apparent power represents the total power that the electrical system must supply, including both real power and reactive power. By dividing the real power in kilowatts by the power factor, the apparent power in kilovolt amperes is obtained. Since power factor is always a value between 0 and 1, dividing by a power factor less than 1 will always result in an apparent power value that is greater than the real power value. This difference between real power and apparent power highlights the impact of power factor on the overall electrical load. NEC Table 430.252C2 is specifically for adjusting the current ratings of conductors supplying induction motors with varying power factors. This table provides multipliers that are applied to the motor's full load current to compensate for the increased current draw associated with lower power factors. These multipliers ensure that the conductors are adequately sized to handle the additional current and prevent overheating. For example, If a motor has a power factor of 80%, the table might specify a multiplier of 1.1. This means that the conductor must be sized to carry at least 110% of the motor's full load current. The current carrying capacity of a conductor, also known as its ampacity, is the maximum current that the conductor can safely carry continuously under specific conditions without exceeding its temperature rating. The ampacity of a conductor depends on several factors, including its size, material, insulation type, and installation method. The NEC provides tables that list the ampacities of various types of conductors under different conditions. When determining the minimum conductor size, the calculated current, adjusted for power factor using NEC Table 430.252 C2, must not exceed the ampacity of the selected conductor. It's also crucial to consider voltage drop, which is the reduction in voltage that occurs along the length of a conductor due to its resistance. Excessive voltage drop can negatively affect the performance of electrical equipment, particularly motors. The NEC recommends limiting voltage drop in branch circuits to no more than 3% and in feeder circuits to no more than 5%. Voltage drop can be calculated using various formulas, and the conductor size may need to be increased to minimize voltage drop, especially in long circuits. In addition to conductor sizing, power factor correction can also be implemented to improve the overall efficiency of the electrical system. Power factor correction involves adding capacitors to the circuit to offset the effects of inductive loads and bring the power factor closer to 1. By improving the power factor, the current draw is reduced, which can lead to lower energy bills and improved system performance. Power factor correction is often used in industrial facilities with large motor loads. It is important to note that while the NEC provides guidance on power factor in relation to motor installations, it does not mandate power factor correction. However, many utilities encourage or require power factor correction for large commercial and industrial customers to improve the overall efficiency of the electrical grid. Now let's summarize the key steps to determine the minimum size XHHW copper conductor for the 200 horsepower, 460 volts, 3-phase motor with an 80% power factor, considering the NEC requirements. Firstly, calculate the motor's full load current using the appropriate NEC table, such as Table 430.250, which provides full load currents for motors based on their horsepower, voltage, and phase. Secondly, determine the actual power consumption in kilowatts by multiplying the horsepower by 0.746. Thirdly, calculate the apparent power in kilovolt amperes by dividing the real power in kilowatts by the power factor, which in this case is 0.80. Fourthly, use NEC Table 430.252 C2 to find the appropriate multiplier for the motor's power factor. This multiplier will be used to adjust the motor's full load current to account for the increased current draw due to the lower power factor. Fifthly, multiply the motor's full load current by the multiplier obtained from NEC Table 430.252 C2. This will give you the adjusted current that the conductor must be able to carry. Sixthly, select an XHHW copper conductor size from NEC Table 310.16 that has an ampacity equal to or greater than the adjusted current calculated in the previous step. Make sure to consider any applicable correction factors for ambient temperature or the number of conductors in a raceway, as specified in NEC Table 310.15. Seventhly, calculate the voltage drop for the selected conductor size to ensure that it meets the NEC recommendations. If the voltage drop exceeds 3% for branch circuits or 5% for feeder circuits, you may need to increase the conductor size. Remember to consult the latest edition of the NEC and follow all applicable local codes and regulations when performing electrical installations. This comprehensive approach, incorporating power factor considerations and NEC guidelines, ensures the safe and efficient operation of motor circuits, contributing to the overall reliability of electrical systems. Ignoring power factor can result in undersized conductors, leading to overheating, voltage drop, and potential equipment failure. The XHHW insulation type is a widely used insulation for conductors. XHHW stands for cross-linked polyethylene, high heat resistant and water resistant. Conductors with XHHW insulation are commonly used in electrical wiring for power distribution and control circuits. XHHW conductors are suitable for both wet and dry locations, and they have a high temperature rating, typically 90 degrees Celsius, which allows them to carry more current than conductors with lower temperature ratings. When selecting XHHW conductors, it's important to consider the specific application requirements and the applicable codes and standards. Different types of XHHW conductors are available, such as XHHW-2, which has an even higher water resistance rating. Now let's talk about the practical implications of power factor. From an operational perspective, a low power factor increases the current drawn from the electrical grid to supply the same amount of useful power. This high current results in increased losses in the distribution system due to resistive heating in conductors and transformers. These losses translate into higher energy bills for consumers. Moreover, a low power factor can overload electrical equipment such as transformers and switchgear, potentially leading to premature failure and costly downtime. Utility companies often impose penalties on customers with low power factors to encourage them to improve their power factor and reduce the burden on the electrical grid. These penalties are typically based on the reactive power demand, which is directly related to the power factor. From a design perspective, addressing power factor early in the planning stages of an electrical system is essential. It allows engineers to select appropriate conductor sizes, transformers, and other equipment to accommodate the expected current demand and minimize losses. Power factor correction equipment, such as capacitors, can be strategically placed throughout the system to improve the power factor and reduce the overall current draw. Regular monitoring of power factor is also crucial for identifying and addressing potential problems. Power factor meters can be installed to continuously measure the power factor and provide alerts if it falls below acceptable levels. This allows for timely intervention and prevents costly problems. In conclusion, power factor is a critical parameter in electrical systems that affects efficiency, reliability, and costs. Understanding power factor, applying NEC guidelines, and implementing power factor correction techniques are essential for ensuring the safe and efficient operation of electrical equipment and systems. The NEC serves as a comprehensive guide for electrical installations, providing specific requirements for conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, grounding, and other aspects of electrical safety. Electrical engineers, contractors, and inspectors rely on the NEC to ensure that electrical installations are performed safely and in accordance with industry best practices. The NEC is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology, materials, and installation methods. It is important to stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC to ensure compliance with current regulations.